Yo, what's up, everybody? We made it. It's Friday. Yeah. Look at this here. DraftKings has a line out on the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight. Jake Paul minus 230. A lot of people think Jake Paul is going to win this thing easily. That's easy money. Now, the payout's not going to be great, but hey, if you bet $230, you can win 100. That's free. I mean, that's like giving away money, right? Or you could do something crazy and take Mike Tyson at plus 185. Now, I'm too scared to bet on the winner here because I don't have much faith in, I don't trust boxing. Let's put it that way. As far as if it's rigged or not, I mean, I have no idea. I'm not messing with that. But, however, though, there is some places, including where I bet, that you can bet the over or under the amount of rounds. So, I took the over 5.5 rounds. I think it'll make it to 6 rounds. I say that. It might not make it 1, but hey, I feel more comfortable betting on the over or under the rounds than I do on the actual winner here. But I will be rooting for Mike Tyson, though. Not a big fan of Jake Paul. Hey, Jake Paul.
Yeah, you can go fuck yourself.
Hey, Jake.
Yeah, you can go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. I hope Mike Tyson knocks him out, though. One perfectly placed, perfectly timed uppercut that just fucking puts him on his back. That's what I hope. Betting on Mike sounds like some dumb shit Vandy Danny would do. My plant's great. I mean, my house plant is thriving. Never looked better. Jake Paul is beating up an old man with mental illness. I don't think Mike Tyson has mental illness. I mean, not any more than he's ever had in his life. I mean, he's Mike Tyson. You know? I love Mike Tyson. He's a national treasure and also a national hero. So it's oh yeah, the interview that was on Twitter. I saw it on Twitter. Yeah, that little girl. She's like, "What do you think about your legacy, Mike?" He's like, "Legacy? I don't care about the legacy. Well, we all gonna die. Then what?" She's like, "All right, calm down." Hold on, I'm getting a call from my wife. All right. Boys weekend this weekend. Me and the boys. Mrs. Pete's going to the Pittsburgh and Clemson game tomorrow, so she's at the airport right now. Colby says, I love that his hobby is pigeons. Yeah, you know, he's been into that since he was like 10 years old or something. He does have an obsession with pigeons. And he used to have like 3 tigers that lived in his house. Like they weren't even in a cage. They lived in his house like a house cat would. I think they even slept in his bed. Pete alone with the kids is a recipe for disaster. Nah. I mean, this fucking music's about to give me a headache here. Actually, I'm looking forward to, some of my favorite memories with my dad when I was young was watching, he was really into boxing. He loved boxing. So anytime there was a big fight, back in the 80s and 90s, I would go over his house and we'd watch it. So I'm looking forward to hopefully getting Peete Jr. I know he was talking about this fight yesterday, so hopefully he'll watch it with me tonight. Have a little father-son bonding time. You know what I mean? Live and PGA Tour is going to merge in February 2025. Yeah, well. What are they going to call it? Peete Jr. needs to join a site. Man, stop it. What are you talking about? Good morning, sir.
Yeah, nothing like a little father-son bonding over some repeated blunt force trauma.
Yeah. We watched he's watched a couple of fights with me. And he watched the Conor McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather fight with me. I want to say he watched the Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao fight with me too. But that was about, 5 years ago?
Shit, it might even be longer than that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if my oldest was even born yet when that fight happened. I'd have to go back and look.
Could have been much longer than that because I definitely I moved in this house in 2017 and we watched it here. So maybe 2018? I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe I'm mistaken then. Okay.
Mrs. Peete says, take care of our kids. Well, I mean, if Peete Jr. gets hurt between now and 2 o'clock, he's going to have to wait till 2 o'clock for me to take him to the hospital. So hopefully it's not that bad.
Well, as long as there isn't, blood pouring out of somewhere, it'd be all right.
Well, just wrap a shirt around it. You can wait. What is YouTube boxing? Joshua says, I'm done with YouTube boxing. I don't even know what that means. Do you know what he's talking about?
No, I don't have the foggiest.
So I'm assuming you're going to watch the fight tonight. You do have, well, no, you don't have Netflix, do you?
No, I don't have Netflix.
Oh,
that
shit.
doesn't mean you can't get it.
Yeah, I don't know how that works, but it might. I mean, if you sign up for Netflix, there's no contract or anything. It's going to cost you like $14, so you can just sign up for it and then cancel next week or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I would do if I were you. I mean, I don't really know how interested you are in watching the fight, but
kind of. I mean, I was never a huge fan. This almost just comes across like a kind of a blown up exhibition.
yeah, I mean, it is. It's still interesting, though. I mean, what else is on tonight? I mean, what, some shitty college football game? UTEP versus fucking West Texas University or something? I mean,
Hey, man, we will take no UTEP slander around here.
I don't even know who plays tonight. So I'll tell you right now, actually, because Lou's a degenerate and bet on it, and told me I was a pussy if I didn't take the over. So,
Well, listen, I'll, until he bets on the WNBA draft, I'm still going to give him a pass.
Hey, I was pretty close. It's North Texas at UTSA.
Well, not bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, as much as I just shit on it, I mean, I watched, Bernard Hopkins win the title at almost 50 years old.
Yeah. Did you see what happened last night? Now, at first I thought that was staged. When Tyson slapped.
Where Tyson slapped him.
Yeah. But he clarified after. He said he stepped on my toe, and I was in pain, and so I reciprocated the pain. That's what he said. And actually, if you rewatch
I tend to believe that.
When you rewatch it, he definitely does step on his foot, on his toe. And after he slaps him, Tyson points down to his foot. Like, hey, you stepped on my foot. So I believe him.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes, listen, do we ever really know of Tyson staging anything? I mean, he's done some outlandish shit that you would think only somebody would stage, but I mean, he makes a pretty convincing case for a lot of the shit he does, including biting off Holyfield's ear.
Yeah, I don't think Tyson's much of an actor when it comes to that kind of stuff. He's pretty authentic. I mean, that guy has zero. I mean, there's nothing he won't tell you about himself. Nothing. And then if you have a problem with it, he's going to look you dead in the eye and say, "What the fuck are you going to do about it?" Right. Well,
that shit was hilarious when he was on that.
Talking about Trump.
Yeah, when he was on that podcast talking about Trump, like he was dead serious, staring that dude down. You could tell they got real uncomfortable real quick.
He's like, "Yeah, I'm voting for Trump. What you going to do about it?" And he goes, "Well, I'm going to disagree with you." He goes, "Yeah, but what you going to do about it?" Nothing. But there's only one outcome that would disappoint me tonight. Like, if Mike Tyson gets beat in a decision, I mean, that's understandable. He's 58 years old. Jake Paul's 30 or 27 or whatever the fuck it is. And if Mike Tyson knocks out Jake Paul, I'll be ecstatic about that. The only thing that would make me upset is if Jake Paul knocks out Mike Tyson. I don't want to see Mike Tyson get knocked out. I really don't. Especially by him. You know?
Yeah. I mean, well, here's the thing. Look at the three people that have actually gotten TKOs on Tyson. Like, are you saying that even with Tyson pushing 60, is Jake Paul capable of even what Lennox Lewis did? So that's the other thing. That's the argument I keep hearing from, like, for instance, this morning I was scrolling through my Twitter feed, and you know who Dave Portnoy is. So I follow him on Twitter. He posts a lot of videos and stuff, and he's a big gambler. So he was on there saying he's betting a lot of money. I don't know how much a lot of money, but to him it's probably at least $500,000 on Jake Paul. And his reasoning was not only the age gap, but he said, look, Jake Paul's a serious fighter. No matter how good you think he is, he takes it seriously. And Mike Tyson wasn't even good 20 years ago. At the end of his career, he lost like his last 3 or 4 fights. And I'm sitting there thinking, okay, well, yeah, he lost his last 3 or 4 fights, but those were against world-class heavyweight champions. I mean, they weren't Jake Paul. Yeah, and as serious as Jake Paul is, he's not on that level. He's just not. No. I mean, what's his best professional win? Is it against I think it's against an MMA fighter, a retired MMA fighter. Nate Diaz or whatever? Yeah. No, I think it was it Woodley? I don't know. I don't even know how many fights he's had. I know he lost to Fury. I think he beat hell, I don't know. I can't remember. But either way. Also at that time, if I'm not mistaken, he beat Frank Gore, which, I mean, okay, you beat a retired football player. Yeah, also, boxing as a new hobby. At that time when Mike Tyson lost those fights at the end of his career, he was in sort of a bad place. I mean, he wasn't his normal self, you know. So I don't know. I feel like Tyson's taking this seriously. Tyson wasn't the same after Cus D'Amato died. Like, even beyond just the emotional effect that, you know, Cus dying on him had, you saw it in the ring. Don King pushed away everybody else, a lot of his trainers that had Tyson as good as he was, because people focus on the power, and of course that's the flashy part of it. But early on, Mike Tyson was somebody very hard to hit clean because of all of his head movement, and that went away after Cus died. Yeah, he even said he admits that it ruined him for a while. Well, when you got nobody but Don King in your ear, that tends to happen. And I know you can only take so much from watching these training videos that both of these guys are putting out, but Mike Tyson, he's not as fast or as good on his feet as he was when he was 30 years old. We all know that. But for a 58-year-old, he looks pretty good. I mean, Yeah, I mean, does anybody doubt that Mike Tyson at 58 years old could come in and sweep the Slob Olympics if he felt like it?
Yeah.
He's in better shape than all of us put together.
Oh, yeah. Regardless, Jake Paul's skills, he's making tons of money doing this. Yeah, I mean, I don't like Jake Paul because I think he's just kind of an arrogant jerk. I don't really, and I don't even know how much of that is even an act versus him, being real. But I respect him for what he's done. I mean, whenever he first announced that he was going to start trying professional boxing, everybody laughed at him. And, I mean, he's won some fights.
Well, that's because if you look at the world-class boxers out there now, the Terrence Crawfords, the Vasily Lomachenkos, the Gennady Golovkins, these guys had literally hundreds of amateur fights before they ever went professional.
Yeah. What's up, Colby?
Jake Paul's just going to jump into the deep end because he thinks he can. Come on.
Well, if he loses to Tyson, his career is over. I mean, he
is pretty cooked at that point.
Yeah, so he's taking a huge risk by fighting Tyson because if he lose, I mean, it's really a lose-lose situation for him. I mean, if he knocks out Mike Tyson, you knocked out a 58-year-old. If he loses to Mike Tyson, you lost to a 58-year-old, and you're not going to get any serious fights moving forward.
Yeah, it really is a lose-lose.
I mean, he wins financially, but
yeah.
How much is the purse?
I
don't even know if they've said.
I know Paul's getting paid twice as much as Tyson is.
Yeah, because he's the one, I guess, that has something to do with who's producing the fight. I don't know.
He's more of a financial backer of it.
Yeah. And probably, he probably said to Tyson, look, let's fight, but I got to get more because I'm the one putting this fight on. I bet they're both making a shit ton of money either way, so I'm not really sure Tyson cares. I mean,
I don't think either one of them are going to have trouble, with a grocery bill afterwards.
No.
So do you think it goes to distance, Slim?
I hope not.
Well, they're short rounds.
They are shorter rounds.
That's why I took the over 5.5.
And heavier gloves.
Yeah, shorter round, heavier gloves, which I don't even know how much difference that makes, honestly.
I don't know shit about boxing, so I don't.
Well, it usually logic says you don't give a power puncher heavier gloves.
Yeah.
That's conventional logic.
Yeah. What is the difference in, and I'm sure they'll show all these stats tonight before the fight, but what's the arm, the reach and everything? Does Jake Paul bigger than Tyson? A lot bigger? Or what?
Probably, but most people were bigger than Tyson.
Yeah. Well, I know he's not super tall, but.
Like most everybody had a height, reach, and weight advantage on him.
Yeah.
Like Tyson was really an oddity in the fact that, like most people that have watched boxing, boxers are lean muscle. They're not bulky muscle like Tyson. Like Tyson was just different.
Yeah. He didn't get hit a lot either.
No, not until later on.
He was very good at defensively. And I don't think Jake Paul's not very fast. I mean, he does have a right hand. He's a power puncher. Jake Paul is, but I don't think he's as fast as Mike Tyson is.
Yeah, well, Deontay Wilder was a right hand too, and we've seen how far that'll take you. I mean, that's literally all Deontay Wilder has is a haymaker of a right hand.
There are a lot of people that think that this is just a money grab and that it's predetermined. Mike Tyson's going to go down on purpose or let Paul knock him down and win by decision or something. I don't. We'll never know.
I don't think Tyson's the type to take a fall, especially now.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah. Kind of reminds me of the Floyd Mayweather fight with Conor. I don't think it's as scripted as people are gonna make it out to be.
Well, and that's not I don't think that was scripted. That's also not the first time that's happened. Like, people forget. God, what was it? 70, 77, 78. Ali fought Antonio Inoki.
Yeah. Didn't what's his name? Marvin Hagler, didn't he continue fighting into his 50s and was winning still? Or maybe it was his 40s, not 50s.
I think it was 40s. Now, Bernard Hopkins kept on into his 50s.
Yeah.
But he eventually hit a wall too.
I think George Foreman fought into his 40s too.
Yeah, I think George Foreman actually took a fight in his 50s.
Did he?
I think so. But yeah, I looked at the purse. They're estimating Paul's going to get around 60 million and Tyson's going to get around 20.
60 million?
Hip Elf in the chat says Paul gets 40 million, Tyson gets 20 million. I don't know. But so what you're saying is Tyson's getting probably about half of what Paul's getting. So either way, that makes me want Tyson to win even more then. Is anybody rooting for Jake Paul at all? I haven't heard anybody that's like, well, I hope Jake Paul wins. I guess unless you put a bunch of money on him or something.
I don't know. Maybe all the goobers that follow his YouTube channel.
Oh, yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. What do they call it? What's his fans called? Everyone's, those big YouTubers got these names for their fans, like are they the Paul Army?
I don't know.
They're the Paulies.
The Paulies. Tyson gets 30 million if he wins, 20 million if he loses. Well, that's even more incentive to win then.
Yeah, well, and that sounds about right because there's usually, like, he's probably guaranteed 20, and then if you win, you obviously get a bonus off of that.
Can we be called Peters? No, I would never want you to call yourself a Peter. No.
Peter.
Please don't do that.
That's not listen, I've heard worse ideas.
The Peters.
I guess Piggies doesn't have a ring to it either.
Nah, that's terrible too. Piggies, Peters. Nah, that.
I always used to think it was funny when I would do a show with another YouTuber or I'd be on a panel somewhere, and instead of calling me Pete, they would call me Pigskin. I'm like,
yeah, it's just weird.
You read the name and that's what you decided to call me, is Pigskin. Nicholas is not watching the fight tonight. He's boycotting it. He says it's a circus. Well, Slim, if you're not going to rent it, you're welcome to drive 14 hours to my house and watch it with me.
I guess I better get started.
Yeah.
Before I came on, I was like, hey, I could just give Slim my Netflix password because multiple people can watch it. But no, they don't do that anymore. They
won't allow you to have multiple TVs on at separate locations.
Yeah.
Yeah. They go by your IP address.
So you might.
Oh, did they change that? You used to be able to get away with it for a little while.
Yeah, they changed it. They changed it a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
The reason I know that is because my mom was watching Netflix on my brother's Netflix account, and then it just stopped one day, and she was upset about it.
I was using my buddies, and the same thing happened.
Yeah.
Because the only thing that I just really look forward to is me and my wife have kept up with Cobra Kai, and I haven't seen the last season yet.
Yeah, I saw it. I'm not going to spoil it for you. I'm just going to tell you it wasn't great. Now, the first half of the season came out. I don't know if the second half has come out yet or not.
Oh, okay.
I think that's stupid how they do that.
Yeah.
Release half a season. That's fucking retarded.
I find it hilarious that people are bitching about it when you used to have to keep up with it every week.
Oh, it came out this morning. Oh. All right.
Like, I remember I'm old enough to remember when you had to use your TV guide that you got in the mail to keep up with it weekly.
Oh, yeah.
And if you missed it, you were fucked.
Yeah, we used to have a TV guide on our coffee table growing up.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I grew up, I was the remote. We didn't have a remote, but I became the de facto remote.
Anybody watch the series called From?
Yeah,
no.
okay, y'all need to watch that.
What's that on? Which one of the 18 streaming services is that on?
All right, so get this. It is it's on Amazon Prime. So you buy Amazon Prime. This is what I did. Bought Amazon Prime. Search From right there. Then it wants you to subscribe to MGM.
MGM Plus.
Yes. So now I have to buy 2 fucking subscriptions.
See, Amazon Prime pisses me off because only like half the shit on there you can watch with Amazon Prime, and like Colby says, either you have to buy another subscription or you have to pay Amazon Prime more money to watch certain things.
Yeah. Now, I actually have MGM Plus. I can't remember what show it was over the summer that was on there, and Mrs. Peete wanted to watch it, so we got it, and I never canceled it. So I guess I'll be able to watch it.
I haven't watched it yet because I don't know, I haven't got around to it, but I've heard it's very, very good. It's 3 seasons, so you don't have to it's not 1 season or half season or whatever, so you can binge watch it if you want to.
What's it about?
It's about a family that goes into a town and then they get lost in it or something, but it's a horror film.
Oh, okay.
It's family that gets lost in the town. Okay.
But it's
I have enough trouble with that as it is because I got 2 8-year-olds, so we have to be careful what we watch around them.
Well, they're saying it's good. I'll watch it. I mean, I'm always up for checking out a new show.
Well, you need to watch The Penguin, man.
I did.
I texted you the other. Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
You texted me the other day asking me about some Batman movie with the guy from the Twilight movie. I don't even know what you're. There's too many Batman movies.
Oh no, the most recent Batman had Robert Pattinson playing Batman.
Robert Pattinson, yeah, that one.
Okay.
You've seen that one, right, Pete?
I don't think so. I mean, I love Batman, but some of the Batmans just aren't any good. Like Ben Affleck was awful.
George Clooney was by far the worst.
Yeah,
I
George
watched it
Clooney.
last night, and I thought it was really good.
Oh, I guess I'll try it. I'll watch it. I love Batman, but
Well, after I watched the one, I was like, well, what's the latest Batman?
the Penguin's awesome. I just watched the last episode on Sunday.
The last episode's fucked up, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's real fucked up.
Yeah. And how about how it ended? The last scene. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
So.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, you need to watch it. The episodes are like over an hour, I say over an hour, like hour 8 minutes or whatever.
Yeah, hour and 10 minutes.
Yeah. Who plays the Penguin? Is it Colin Farrell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look anything like him.
No.
No.
He's great in that movie or in that show.
There's what?
I said he's great in that show. And and what's her name? Sophie. She's really good in it too. I don't know. I forget her name. I can't remember where I've seen her before.
How I Met Your Mother.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's the mom. Yeah.
Oh.
That's where I know her from. I don't know.
She played in 2.5 Men also? Oh, maybe that's where I saw her.
I stopped watching that show when they kicked off Charlie Sheen.
Agreed.
Charlie Sheen's awesome.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I want to party with that guy.
Those interviews, man. Jesus.
Who took his place? Wasn't it fucking what's his name?
Ashton
Kutcher.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you go from Charlie Sheen to the guy that attended Diddy parties. So,
And I'm gonna keep saying there was nothing wrong if you went to a Diddy party.
The best Batman's the one with Jack Nicholson. Yeah, it's the first one.
Hell, Charlie Sheen probably went to a Diddy party.
Oh, I'm sure he did.
Right.
I'm not sure if Diddy could party with Charlie.
I was
Sheen.
about to
don't
say,
think he could hang.
the only thing more debauchery than a Diddy party is a Charlie Sheen party.
Mm-hmm.
This guy locked himself in his Malibu mansion with 5 porn stars for a week smoking crack.
He did. And one of them left talking about I couldn't take the partying no more.
Yeah, she said I couldn't smoke any more crack.
Yep.
Hell, and it wasn't that party that made his wife leave him.
What party was it?
Fuck, who knows? Maybe it was when he started partying with Dennis Rodman there for a while.
Yeah, he partied with everybody. Charlie.
Can you imagine going to a party with Dennis Rodman, Charlie Sheen, and P. Diddy?
Damn.
Tell you what, they're getting a lot of shit done at those parties.
Yeah.
You would need to record it because you wouldn't be able to remember it.
You need a 50-gallon drum of baby oil for that one.
Isn't Rodman like hanging out in North Korea these days?
No.
Not anymore.
Mm-mm.
Oh, is he not anymore?
They advised him to get the fuck out of there. No. They
Hey, listen.
doing.
Trump needs to hire him just as a special advisor to North Korea.
Now that would be perfect.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Did y'all hear
Dennis
about all
Rodman's gonna get
those,
himself killed.
y'all hear about all those North Korean soldiers getting addicted to porn?
What?
Yeah, so North Korea sent their troops over to Russia, and they finally got internet, and they all got addicted to porn. Y'all didn't hear about that?
Mm-mm.
No.
I guess my For You page is pretty bad.
I was about to say, where'd you read that at?
Right. I'm like, what? What?
You got the site in North Korea, huh? Nick says it's true.
See, Nick knows, yeah.
What did they finally get? What did they get? Starlink internet?
I don't know, but they quit fighting, and now they're all addicted to porn or something.
Damn. What they?
That's a 4D chess move by America. Let's just give them porn.
I mean, I'm going to say it wouldn't surprise me because you're talking a society where there's like 5 guys to every woman.
Yeah. A lot of people are very upset about Trump's choices so far for his cabinet.
Yeah, you disagree on one of them, right? The Secretary of Defense?
Secretary of State. I'm not a big fan of Marco Rubio. No. I mean, I would like for somebody to ask him, but the problem is if you ask Trump, why'd you pick Marco Rubio? He's going to be like, hey, he's very smart, he's a great guy, blah, blah, blah. He's, got a lot of experience, blah, blah, blah. He won't give you the real answer. But if somebody was like a Rogan type interview, would sit down and be like, tell me, what's the real reason you picked Marco Rubio over anybody else? I would like to hear what his answer is. But we'll see.
Some of them I don't think really matter that much because we had talked about that the other day. And like a lot of what the Secretary of State does, Trump likes to handle himself. So that's where I think that pick is going to matter less than others.
I would rather see Tulsi Gabbard be Secretary of State.
Who's Secretary of Defense?
What's his name? The Fox News host guy.
Greg Gutfeld?
No.
Sean Hannity?
No. Somebody in the chat knows who it is. He's one of the guys on the Pete Hegseth. He's on that morning, I don't know what I don't watch Fox News, so I don't know what the names of the shows are.
I know you're talking about. I don't watch it either.
The guy with no legs?
No, he's got legs.
Damn.
Well, I mean, he has legs, but they're robotic legs.
Yeah, he was in the military. I think he was. Was he? Did he go to the Naval Academy?
No, he served.
Might have.
He served in the Army. He was
Okay.
a battalion leader. He was a major.
The other guy, see all these names. The one that everyone's mad about, he went to the Naval Academy, but he's a financial guy. Let me see if I can find it.
He was a good pick in my opinion. He has combat experience. Even though he was Army Reserve, he has combat experience. He served in battalions and brigades, and he was a leader, a battalion leader. So he was in charge of battalions.
Yeah, Peete Hegseth. Wait a second.
So whatever the legacy media is saying about him is highly inaccurate.
Eric Bethel's the one I'm talking about. He went to the Naval Academy. Yeah, for anybody who listens to the Sean Ryan show, which is great on Spotify, I guess it's on YouTube too. The last two episodes, one was Eric Bethel and the other one was this Peete Hegseth guy. I haven't listened to the Peete Hegseth one yet.
I have. He seems like a very good pick.
He's not remotely qualified for what?
Who's not remotely qualified?
I would actually take a major like that over a general 9 times out of 10.
Yeah, because they've seen combat.
Yeah.
Well, some generals used to, but I also think that a lot of them have had to deal with politics so long that they're not generals per se anymore. They're more bureaucrats.
I just like it because he served before, and he's actually been in actual like firefights.
Well, most all of them have at some point.
But he's actually been in tours. But even though he's Army Reserve National Guard, he still has served and done a lot of time. And he's been a major, so he's leaded battalions. So he knows how to operate these groups. So that was a good pick.
I'd have hired Sean McPhee if I was him.
I think it was a good pick.
So people are all mad about RFK, his appointment. Now this is who he's taking over for. This person right here. Now, does this person look like they're healthy to you?
I can't see it, but I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, this is it's almost like, you remember back like in the 90s when Oprah was like 300 pounds and she put out a weight loss book? Like, who's getting advice from Oprah on losing weight?
Yeah, nobody. She's a crook. She's a crook.
Chess Hall.
Oprah's a crook.
Oprah's a crook, okay. A lot of billionaires are crooks. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Oprah basically embezzled money for Kamala.
And you got proof of that, right?
Yes, there's track records of that on the statement through a billing record.
You really want to go down who's crooked in politics? That's where you want to go with that?
Yeah, well, throw a rock.
Right. Okay.
You'll hit one.
I think you'll find a much shorter list of who isn't.
Right. Okay. Digging everybody's records.
Like if you're gonna get mad at Oprah for anything, like that whole shit in Maui seemed pretty fucking sus.
Yeah, her and the Rock something for some money just to do that. That wasn't even a natural catastrophe. That was the fact that they didn't turn off the power, and then there was a weather inclination for like major winds in that area, and then the power lines were like terrible, and then it just power lines got ripped loose, and then it created electrical fire, and then you had Maui on fire, and it was terrible because they didn't really...
Oprah was asking for money. Is that what it was?
Yeah, I mean, she went over there. She's got a house there.
People
I
do
would have called
fundraisers
that
after
bitch,
every
hey, Oprah,
disaster.
look under your seat. That's what
I'm not even talking about Oprah and her and The Rock on TV, trying to scam money out of people. I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about the fact that people were given pennies on the dollar to help them, and then she literally bought up all that land at such a high price that those people were forced out.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Like, that's kind of fucked, in my opinion.
And they knew that it wasn't a natural disaster because they didn't turn off the power to the power grid when it was inclement weather with the wind being so bad, and that's how the wires on the power poles got loose and broke free, and it caught fire to the trees, and that's how everything got on fire.
Yeah, I don't think that anybody turns off power when a storm comes, do they?
Depending on the weather, I mean,
Colby should know. He's got experience in the matter.
They do.
They do?
They do.
Okay.
Yeah. How many people? Please, Colby, tell me how many people in Atlanta are without power when a storm's coming?
Say that one more time.
I said, how many people in the greater Atlanta area get their power shut off just in case when a storm's coming?
I mean, probably none, but I mean, it depends on the storm.
Depends on your climate.
I mean, it depends on if there's a hurricane coming, which is very, very rare. But yeah, they shut off power before storms come.
Yeah, it all depends on your climate. Like if you're in California,
they shut it off so people can work on it before it's gonna get hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no one's talking about the Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight, huh?
Yeah, we
were talking about that.
We were talking about it earlier.
Hour, Scott.
Yeah.
Well, I just chimed in.
Yeah.
So
I saw the slap. It was pretty.
You're late to the party.
I am late for the party, but so what's the judgment? Who's going to do what tonight?
Well, Mike Tyson, he got a fast lick on Jake. He slapped him pretty hard. He said he didn't feel it. I beg to differ, but he was quick, and shit, you don't feel like that. And he did a 2-piece after he did a slap, even though he didn't connect with his hands. I'm like, that was pretty quick. I'm like, you might look out for Tyson. He's pretty fucking quick. That looked like Tyson of old.
To answer your question, Scott, I don't know what's going to happen. I just hope Mike Tyson knocks him out. That's all.
I do too. Now, everyone's been saying this though that Tyson can't go the rounds. It's only 8 2-minute rounds. Okay, so we're talking about 16 minutes of fighting, and I think I'm pretty sure that Mike Tyson can last that long, even at 58. But
people said Tyson couldn't go into deep water even when he was heavyweight champion, and that was a fucking lie.
Of course it was. I mean, if he does get that uppercut, he's going to knock Jake Paul the fuck out. That's what's going to happen.
Did you see that slap? You see how fast that was? He didn't even see it coming. You see what's going to happen?
Well, Tyson's definitely got the speed and the power advantage, and Paul's got youth on his side. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, listen.
Youth and size, yeah. He's got more reach than Tyson.
Yeah, but we were talking about that earlier. Basically, everybody Tyson's ever fought had a height and reach advantage on him.
Yeah, you're right about that because Tyson's not he's a strong guy, but he's kind of he's a little guy too at the same time.
He's a meatball.
Yeah, he's a meatball. That's a perfect analogy. He is a meatball.
Baskins wants to know, is the fight fake? I don't know if it's a fake fight, but it's definitely a gimmick.
Yeah,
well, it's an exhibition. It is an exhibition, even though it is sanctioned, by Texas. We shall see.
Usually, exhibition fights.
They're going to have a huge damn audience tonight watching this show.
Yeah, most real exhibition fights, Vegas will not allow you to bet on it, but they're allowing you to bet on this one.
Yeah. And what are the odds? I think it was like if you bet 100, you make.
Well, I'll tell you right now. Here, it's I already got it pulled up. Well, according to DraftKings, anyway, Jake Paul minus 230, Mike Tyson plus 185.
Okay.
So, for anybody who doesn't know what that means, if you want to win $100 on Jake Paul, if he wins, you got to bet 230, and he needs to win, and you win $100. If you bet $100 on Mike Tyson, you win 185.
Yeah, that's gone up. That's gone up a little bit.
What's the over-under odds?
165.
The over-under on the Gypsy site this morning was 5.5 rounds. I took the over.
For plus or minus?
I'm sure it was like minus 110 or something.
Yeah, I mean, as much as Tyson's been trained, he's ready to go 8 rounds, 8 2-minute rounds. Shit, that's he'll run around circles. Jake Paul better be ready because Tyson's going to come out like a damn bull out of the corner. He's going to come right after him.
Well, Tiger Bassins wants to know why are they allowing them to bet on an exhibition fight? Because it's sanctioned. Most exhibition fights aren't sanctioned. This one is.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Which makes it not an exhibition. It makes it a sanctioned fight.
Yeah, it's amazing they got it sanctioned too. The only reason Tyson slapped him because Jake Paul stepped on his foot.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. I am late for the damn tip. On and upward about electricity and money given to Oprah.
No, but here, this is a comment from Nick. He says, I don't, and Nick we know is a liberal. He doesn't try to hide it. He says, I don't mind the RFK pick because he has made it clear that he's not out to get rid of vaccines and stuff he has a personal issue with. Yeah, but that's what they keep saying, that he's an anti-vaxxer and he wants to get rid of vaccines. All he's ever said was...
No, what he wants to do is he wants to make sure these vaccines are vetted through proper, safe, they're vetted properly.
They're
they
don't...
like 6 months, like 6 months to a year. It's like it's processed a little bit longer than that.
Yeah, they have...
Get rid of obesity in this country, too.
They don't have any...
The shit that they're putting in the meats and everything else out there, he wants to get rid of all of that. So he wants
to take the stuff out of what's being processed into the beef, chicken, pork, all absolutely. That, vegetables.
We'll see how he does against the pharmaceutical industry. Okay.
Well, he might do good. You never know.
Well, I mean, here's the thing with some of that shit.
That's like powerful lobbyists for the pharmaceutical industry.
Here's the thing. They do have to, unless you want people not to be able to buy shit, you're absolutely going to have to add shit, spray shit on crops that make them yield more and faster.
Yeah, but there's certain...
That's kind of a byproduct of all the people that we have these days.
There's certain things like the glyphosate's the main one. I have a lot of... I know a lot about glyphosate because I handled it daily for 15 years and sprayed a lot of it. As a matter of fact...
You're a soil sampler, Pete?
Huh?
You're a soil sampler?
No.
I didn't know my dad's a soil sampler.
No, I owned a lawn care bit, like a lawn fertilization and weed control and pest control business.
Okay.
Anyway,
my dad's a soil sampler. He works at this company called Nutrient.
I mean, this stuff it's nasty stuff.
Yeah, it's chemical. Yeah, and it's like what he does is like the same stuff, except it's like chemicals. All these like potash, nitrogen, urea.
What it is? What are they? But what they're using it for as far as weed production is not to kill weeds. I mean, that's what it's for. It's to kill vegetation. But they're spraying it actually on the wheat stalks itself to dry it out so that it doesn't mold. They didn't start doing that till I think like 1992 or something. So all the wheat in the U.S. that was produced prior to 1992 that wasn't sprayed with that stuff. So you're ingesting that, whether you're eating bread or potato chips or anything that wheat's in that comes from the United States, you're ingesting that herbicide. If you read the label on that herbicide, it tells you if it gets on your skin to go to the hospital.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's extremely poisonous. I mean, I don't know why anybody would be against them spraying that on our food. I mean,
that's why I hope Bobby can get through all this litigation and make the food a lot healthier. Like half of the stuff in Europe, I mean, all this stuff in Europe and Asia is not this bad.
Yeah, they don't process it in Europe like they do here in the United States.
Or
so we do have an obesity problem. I mean, you go back to looking at people in the 50s, the 1950s. They didn't have a weight issue. It's all because all this stuff.
Well, no, it's not all because what they spray on weed. Stop it.
Well, no, I'm not spraying
people
on weeds.
Are fucking
I'm talking
lazy.
about how they're processing meats and everything else. That's what I'm talking about.
What else is the difference between now and the 50s? People are fucking lazy.
Well, that's true. But honest to God, what they're offering and adding is really, it has become an obesity issue. It has become where you get diabetes easier, with the shit you're eating. So it's
sugar, we consume more sugar than we ever have at any point in history.
Oh my God!
That's got a lot to do with it too.
You ought to see. I saw a guy do the Dunkin' Donuts, the iced coffee, the tall iced coffee, and how much sugar was in that. It was nearly 3/4 of a cup of sugar. A whole 3/4 cup of sugar in one damn drink.
Yeah, if you get one of those,
I had Dunkin' Donuts this morning.
if you get one of those like Starbucks coffees, like the big ones, like an iced coffee or something, it's flavored. There's enough sugar in one of those drinks for 3 days worth of sugar in one drink.
Yeah.
Now,
Right.
now I don't think they should. I don't think anybody's talking about banning sugar or even oils like canola oil and stuff and vegetable oil, which they fry everything in here instead of tallow. I mean, if you want to go to the store and buy it and fry up some chicken in your kitchen, go for it. But what he's saying is that at the restaurants, where millions and millions of people go through those lines every day, and they're being force fed this stuff, and it's not like there's not other alternatives to fry stuff in.
Well, Anthony Bourdain, when he was alive, he said something about cooking in the restaurants. He said everything that was added in the restaurants was butter. Butter was a key ingredient to make everything taste good, and all that. But butter was the main ingredient in cooking anything.
Well, I know somebody said, Josh says restaurants need to use coconut oil. That's one alternative. I don't know. I'm sure it's probably more expensive to use coconut oil, but I know what they use in Europe is beef tallow, which is actually good for you.
He's got plenty of baby oil to use if anybody wants to use that.
Or companies can use whatever the fuck they want, and if it ain't good for you, don't eat it.
Yeah, but they all use it.
Well, that's
How do you know that, though,
that's
Slim? I
not
mean,
what-
how would you know what you're eating? It's got all this shit in it. I mean, that's the problem. We don't know that. I mean, you can go to a meat department and they'll say no preservatives added, with some certain meats. You can see some of that, but not a lot of it.
Well, see, I know exactly what's used in the beef I eat because I buy mine from a local farmer.
Well, there you go. So you don't buy it out of a grocery store.
No, not all my beef. I buy my beef and my pork through my wife's cousin. He runs a Black Angus farm.
Well, see, not all of us are connected to a farm to do that, though. So.
Plus,
Okay, but he sells to anybody.
the argument that Slim's making is if you know that has this ingredient in it, just don't eat it. Well, that's 90% of what's on the grocery store shelves. So not everybody has access to farmers market food, organic food. I mean,
There's literally a farmer's market in every town in this county.
Listen to that.
in your county.
Organic food is the worst. That's what he says they spray that shit more than regular food. Organic plants get sprayed twice as bad.
What?
This is worse. They
What?
spray that. They say it's organic, chemical free. It's not.
See, I think even if you went to a butcher shop instead of going to a grocery store to buy your meats, the butcher shop's going to have the same sort of damn meat in there that you're buying from the grocery store. It's all USDA certified, all that shit. So,
All I use is olive oil in my house, which is healthy.
that's all I used, honestly. That's all I used too. Same thing.
Now, when I fry, I use peanut oil.
Yeah,
Well, peanut oil is good. Yeah.
yeah. I use peanut oil for frying because it's the biggest amount I got. I use olive oil for little things.
Well, anyway, the argument that people say is, oh my God.
When I first got, I used to cook a lot of Asian cuisine dishes and use primarily peanut oil in those.
Yeah, I need a walk.
Hey, that's the best. I tell you what, it's the best kitchen utensil I think you could ever have is a wok.
Yeah, I was going to put our noodles in there.
What's a wok?
A wok is a.
I mean, my overall point though is a lot of this shit we have no control over. I mean, to Pete's point. So how about people focus on what they do have control over?
Which is?
Well, if the shit that's out in the restaurants ain't good for you, you know what you cook at the house is better.
Don't eat in the
go to
restaurant?
fucking McDonald's.
Then don't go eat in the restaurants. Well, I think anyone that eats fast food on it, for any time is just setting themselves up to be obese and diabetes and every damn thing else.
Yeah, I mean,
people that
there's a reason.
that.
Again,
They go and get the biggest damn meal they can get with a damn Diet Coke.
all the other major countries in the world don't use these ingredients in their food. So why are we doing it?
And other countries
Okay, but we're also eating twice as much as people in most every other country in the world.
And Slim, you
we're eating more sugar than basically the entire planet put together.
And we're lazy fucks. You're right about that. Americans become a bunch of lazy ass human beings.
We want pharmaceuticals are advertised here. People want you on pharmaceuticals here.
That's another thing.
In the world,
we're the only country that advertises pharmaceutical commercials other than Australia, and they barely do that.
Well, not even Australia. It's New Zealand.
It's only New Zealand.
Well, New Zealand's a bunch of fucking crackpots anyway.
On pharmaceuticals.
Hey, you mentioned Oprah earlier. You do know that Oprah owns Weight Watchers, and you know what the bitch was doing? She was using Ozempic to lose the damn weight, not Weight Watchers.
She doesn't own Weight Watchers. She's on the board, and
she had a controlling interest in Weight Watchers,
which means she owns quite a bit of Weight Watchers. She may not be the sole owner,
but that's fine. That's fine. Again, that's fine. So she stepped out. But I'm saying pharmaceuticals ain't Oprah Winfrey.
Yeah,
Oprah's not advertising all these pharmaceuticals.
No, the point is this. The point is that Oprah owns Weight Watchers, but what did she do to lose her weight? She went on a pharmaceutical drug.
Who owns all these pharmaceuticals that they want you on? Oprah is a minor cog in the pharmacy. Who's owning all these pharmaceuticals?
Okay. Gripe about pharmaceuticals all you want. Use your own body's natural immunity for most of the shit, and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Slim, now, here's the problem with what you're saying. Then what you're saying is they should do nothing. RFK Jr. should do nothing because you said that people need to take personal responsibility. Well, it's just not working. What they're doing is not working.
Right.
So somebody has to do something.
Okay, and
right.
that's not
good.
That's not. I'm saying control what you can. And you can absolutely mitigate.
We can take.
You can absolutely mitigate what they do.
You don't have to advertise pharmaceuticals.
What does it matter? Guess what? I can watch a fucking commercial for. No, it doesn't. It does for dumb people.
Because most countries, for us,
it does for dumb people. I have never seen a commercial for some medicine and run to a fucking doctor.
Yeah, but people do. A lot of people do.
But people do.
And that's natural evolution.
And that's also that's the other problem with these commercials is they tell you if you have this problem, go ask your doctor about getting this drug. Right. No, you go to the doctor tells you what problem you have, and then he recommends a drug. You shouldn't be going in there asking for drugs from a doctor.
Thank you.
The only thing I have gotten from a doctor in the past decade is antibiotics. That's it.
That's you, but again,
that's it.
Again,
you know that old that old bit stand-up bit by I think it was Chris Rock talking about the drug commercials. He's like they'll be on there be like, do you go to sleep at night and wake up in the morning? He's like, yeah, I got that. You need this pill.
To me, talking about commercials is nothing more than a talking point. Like, I think it's dumb.
Look, when I quit smoking, I went to my doctor and asked for Chantix.
I mean, that's literally the same thing as saying that video games cause people to be violent. Just because you see it, it makes you violent. Just because you see it,
that's not the same.
Yes, it's the same logic line. Yes,
so I got a question, Slim. Why do you even vote? If people need to solve all their problems, why do you even vote?
Well, why do you even vote? That's the problem right there. I'm not looking for a politician to solve my fucking problems.
So why do you vote?
I'm looking for a politician to
do things. What you're saying doesn't make like that. Don't change anything. One of the countries, and I can't remember which country, had a problem with recidivism rates in prison. And they solved the problem. They didn't just sit there and say, oh, people should stop committing crimes. They made it to where they solved the problem. Now the recidivism rate is the lowest in the world.
Not only that, Slim, all these people's dumb people like you put them bad decisions health-wise is taking money out of your pocket. It's the reason that healthcare costs so much in this country is because people are so unhealthy.
No, healthcare costs so much in this country because it is overly regulated by the government.
Jesus.
Ain't that a God's truth? Yeah, that's what we need to get at. We need to get all the overregulation in any and every damn thing we do in, these days is regulated by our feds, by the Fed government. They've overregulated small business. I mean, that's why small business was growing in the past 4 years. They've overregulated every damn thing.
Well, a lot of things are overregulated, but
the damn border.
A lot of things are overregulated. I agree. But when it comes to the mass distribution of food around our country to our citizens, there needs to be a little bit of regulation on that.
Well, I'm not disagreeing with that at all. But what I'm saying is there is a big portion of it that you, me, and everybody on this panel have absolutely no control over. But there are a great many things that you do have control over.
Well, yeah, you have control of your own destiny and your own life. I agree with that.
Well, and you also have control of what you put in your body.
Well, true. Yeah, if you're going to eat McDonald's every day, guess what? You're going to get fat and obese.
Hey, Slim.
You eat Little Debbie every day, you're going to get fat and obese.
Slim, what if they started spraying estrogen on our corn? Would you want them to stop that?
I want to grow some big titties.
I would want to, yes, but that's not something I have any control over.
Well, yeah. Well, somebody does.
I want to get the bra. So I want to grow some big titties.
There's other ways to get titties other than eating estrogen on your corn.
All I'm saying is it's a much bigger factor of what you have in your own control, is what I'm saying.
Already spray estrogen on the corn? Well, see, there you go. That doesn't surprise me. I don't know if that's I don't think that's true, but.
Well, I don't think it's true either, because what would be the point?
Hey, Pete, I do have to go, but who you got in a boxing match? Slim Shady Canes or Nick DTV?
Oh my God! Come on now.
I mean, they've been going after it on Twitter.
Jesus.
What are the odds? Give me some odds here. I'm a betting man.
Nick DTV minus 150, Slim plus 130.
Well, Nick, in order to win that fight, I think he would have to land the first 2 or 3 blows and get Slim, discombobulated. Because if Slim gets a hold of him, I think that it's over.
I think you're right about that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, someone's in the back room, and it's always the person that tells you that someone's in the back room.
Yeah, I see him back there.
I'm just doing them justice. Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all have a good day.
See you later, Colby. What's up, Vic?
Hey. Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Who you got on the fight, Vic?
Who between Slim and Nick? Yeah, I got
The other fight.
Between the other fight.
yeah, Slim. Okay, I got Slim in this fight. In the other fight, I don't know. I think that Jake Paul is gonna win.
Yeah.
I appreciate the vote of confidence there, Vic.
I would like to say, as far as the Nick and Slim fight, if you guys fight on that cruise ship, you're never going to be locked in a boat jail for 3 days.
Brig. Yeah.
They do have a jail in there.
They're gonna lock you in the brig.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do they have a boxing ring? I mean, we could do a sanctioned fight with boxing gloves and the whole deal, and a referee and all that.
Yeah. Hopefully they won't make y'all walk the plank.
No, we'll just do it when we get off the boat.
There you go.
Hey, we do it right there on the dock. Are we technically in international waters? So the only people that can come after us at that point is God, what international law enforcement are there?
I don't know, I guess.
Well, I'm sure they have security on the boat.
Yeah, they do.
That's why we said off the boat.
Nick says he's not fighting nobody on a
no
cruise.
fight. Good lord.
Yeah, there's not going to.
Why don't you get in a water fight in the pool? That would be, that'd be okay.
How about y'all do a thumb war?
Right.
A pencil war. Like we used to do in elementary school.
Wow, I remember that. Good lord.
Our trivia contest. How about that?
Well, we're going to probably do that anyway. For the slobs.
Trump, he always picks the hot chicks for his team.
Who does?
Trump. Tulsi Gabbard, his lawyer Elena Abbott or whatever her name is, they're all hot.
Mm-hmm.
I like to surround myself with beautiful women.
Yeah, you
And
know.
they're smart too. They're smart.
I love what Gumman just said. He said, just do an eating contest with estrogen sprayed corn.
I'm taking Slim in an eating contest too. So between him and Nick.
Definitely take Slim, yeah.
All right, see you later, bow hunting. Have a good day. Yeah, bow hunting doesn't have to worry about eating processed food because he kills his own food. Smart man.
They're not spraying estrogen in the lakes where I go fishing, so I'm good.
All right, well, after you kill it, you still have to process it, so.
No, you don't.
Well, I mean, what about
Cut it up and fry it up, or grill it up, whatever you want to do.
deer processing, right?
Depending on what you're trying to do. If you're getting a tenderloin, if you're getting it all depends.
I mean, I take mine to a deer processor, but I also get some sausage made and some jerky made.
Right, yeah. Right, yeah. So it would require some sort of process, right?
I mean, it's not required. I mean, I could buy all that equipment and do it myself. I just don't want to buy all that equipment.
All the equipment, do it yourself, but you're still processing it, so.
Well, yes. I mean, even turning a cow into ground beef is considered processing. So yeah.
Well, Vic is on a technicality here.
Vic's on the point here.
When we talk about processing, we're talking about adding chemicals and shit like that to it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. All right. There's nothing that tastes better than fresh wild game or fresh fish, though. Even even if you go to like a butcher shop or a seafood place where they have fresh fish that's never been frozen, it's still probably at least a few days old. It tastes different than if you catch something or you eat something you caught that day.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
It is good.
There absolutely is a difference there. Now, I haven't done that with like deer or anything, but I've definitely done that with fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, my cousin lives beside the Ogeechee River in Georgia, and I've been fishing with her husband, and I've gone out and catch red-breasted brim, all that. Brought a mess back and cooked them for dinner. Oh my God, just absolutely wonderful.
There's some countries where people eat the placenta. Yeah, well, there's some countries where they eat literally anything you can think of. I mean, right. Spiders, fucking.
Yeah, some people eat dirt.
I forget what country it was. I saw somewhere in Asia, obviously, where they were selling fried guinea pigs on the sidewalk. Guinea pigs.
Well, if Bill Gates has his way, we'll all be eating crickets.
Oh yeah, bugs.
Yeah, Bill Gates needs to go to prison. He's a pedophile.
That was.
That's another guy who's not healthy looking, trying to tell us how to be healthy. I mean,
Bill Gates, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can go fuck himself.
Bill Gates is a damn pedophile.
Yeah, I don't know about none of that, but he's not healthy.
Yeah, I'm about to say, you got some news on Bill Gates that I don't.
Pedophile,
Who was the guy that died in prison that allegedly, they say he died, but he committed, but I believe
Epstein.
That's one problem.
Divorced him because he heard all this monstrous stuff about her husband, Bill Gates, with Epstein.
Yeah, these are all conspiracy theories. The one problem we have these days, it's sort of like when you remember back in 2020 where everyone's a racist now. Yeah. And so now everyone's a pedophile. Like if there's somebody like major figure that nobody likes, then they just call him a pedophile.
I just think Bill Gates is
so
evil.
It's like
I just think he's evil.
There's an oversaturation of pedophilia apparently in this country.
Yeah, right.
Well, Diddy's pretty much a pedophile.
It kind of discounts the actual pedophiles. You know what I mean? And the actual racists.
But I think Bill Gates is pretty much evil, in my opinion. I just believe he's evil.
I don't know if he's evil. I just think I just don't think he's.
People have been saying that about Bill Gates for a long time, but they also said that when none of these accusations were there, just by him being rich.
I don't think he's evil. I think a lot of these billionaires just think that we're all stupid and they know better for us than us, and so they flex that because they have the money to do it.
Yeah. Why is he buying up land? Why does he keep buying up farmland?
I don't know. I mean,
because land is a great investment that they're not making any more of.
The Chinese are buying up all our farmland.
Yeah, they're trying to buy it up near military installations.
We talked about the farmland thing. They haven't. I mean, like less than 1% of the farmland, but
that's what we said. We were talking about this with Volusia.
Yeah,
he said that is less than 1% of American farmland.
Here's the thing: nobody said Ted Turner was evil because he bought up a shitload of land.
He did. He had what? He had most of Montana at one time. I know he bought a huge portion of New Mexico. I mean,
what he did is he bought like it was like a 30 or 40 mile wide strip because him and his ex-wife now at the time were really big into horseback riding and shit like that. And they literally wanted to be able to ride horses, you know, from the Mexico border up to Canada border. So he bought, you know, a 30, 40 mile strip of land from one border to the other.
Ted Turner, VKM, Vince McMahon, those were the days back in the day. VKM and Ted Turner, those were the days.
I'm talking about the with the
what did you say, Vic?
Do you mean like with the Braves or
Vince McMahon?
Okay.
I think a lot of that shit just gets pushed out there. Like people, that's kind of been a thing since the early 2000s. Is well, you're rich, so you're an evil person.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're rich, so you're a pedophile. Yeah.
I don't think that's true.
Where's I think Bill Gates. I think Pete hit the nail on the head. I think Bill Gates thinks he's smarter than everybody and knows better than you.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many?
Steve Jobs was the same damn way. I mean,
oh sure.
I've heard stories about Steve Jobs that when he first started out, that he was the stinkiest, smelliest damn guy you could be around.
Well, I mean, Elon thinks that too. He thinks that he's smarter and knows better and knows better.
He is pretty damn smart, Vic. I mean, he's pretty much a genius.
Yeah.
In the world. I mean, he's got to be smart.
I mean, here's a guy that owns the biggest auto manufacturing company and has never advertised ever about Tesla.
Speaking of Elon Musk, where are the Trump haters in the chat? And have you left Twitter yet?
Yeah,
right. Oh my God!
And are you vowing to never buy a Tesla?
No, so you know what they're doing now.
Elon said he said to the guy that got elected as the Senate House floor leader or the majority leader, he said, "If you do not comply with Trump, I'm going to primary you." So he's like, "Yeah, I'll listen to Trump. I'll listen to Trump." He's like, "God damn, I don't want to get primaried." Yeah, Elon don't play no games. This guy is for real.
So there's
that. Now, see, I don't have a problem in the world pointing out hypocrisy because I really can't stand either side. A lot of people on the right have a problem with George Soros putting his money into politics, but they don't have a problem with Elon doing it.
George Soros now owns a big portion of a radio broadcast company called Odyssey. He's a majority stockholder there.
But my point is, they don't have a problem when Elon's doing it. Like, you're okay with a guy you agree with doing it.
Well, Elon bought Twitter because he saw what was going on with Twitter.
Listen to me. Elon isn't a Jew that sold out his people for the Nazis and was an accountant for the Nazis. Because that's what Soros was. He was an accountant for the Nazis, and he was a Jew.
That's what his family was.
Yeah,
George Soros was like 4.
Yeah, he was like he was a child.
As a
I believe he was
teenager,
a teen.
he was a teenager. He did help the Nazis. There is some truth to that. I mean, but he was still a teenager. He was recruited as a teenager.
Well, okay, but he was like 9 when Hitler died. So what exactly was George Soros doing?
Yeah.
If he was even that old.
I see. I don't believe that's true.
But anyway, there's an alternative site now that all the people that hate Elon Musk are going to. It's called Blue Sky. Have you guys heard about this?
I'm gonna look this up.
It's basically
is that like the lefties' True Social now?
it's the lefties' Rumble is what it is.
Oh
Now-
my God.
Space option.
Now, here's the funny thing about it is I followed this one lady on Twitter. She hates Trump, and she tweets about how he's Hitler 24 hours a day. But anyway, so she made a post about I'm leaving Twitter because of Elon. I'm going to this Blue Sky thing. Everybody follow me over to Blue Sky. Well, less than 12 hours later, she's back on Twitter, and everyone's like, "Well, I thought you were leaving to go to Blue Sky." She said, "I got kicked off of there for being an election denier."
So listen to this. George Soros was born in 1930. So about 1944 and 1945, he would have been 14, 15 years old. So he would have been a teenager during that time. So yes, he probably would have been an accountant for the Nazis as a Jew.
Soros was asked to send messages to people in several parts of Budapest. Upon reading the messages, told then to the 14-year-old that they were in essence deportation orders to be given a list of Jewish lawyers.
He wasn't a better for the Nazis.
Yeah, he was a messenger boy for the Nazis.
Yeah, and he liked it, and that's only because his mother was raped by I think by Nazis.
Well, anyway, I don't know about George
Seems like
Soros.
a great reason to not like them.
Slim it makes a point. Billionaires
That's what his mind was.
Billionaires have been donating to political campaigns since the beginning of time. So, on both sides.
I mean, if you want to get downright technical about it, if you're going to keep that logic, then you should hate General Motors because they had a $30 million contract with the Nazis. Hugo Boss had like a $16 million contract with the Nazis. You should hate him too.
Right.
A lot of global brands still around today did business with the Nazis.
Right. Yeah.
Well, NASA was created by them.
This was during the war. No, it was pre-war, right? Yeah, it was pre-war. Not during the war. We had any association.
Adolf Hitler was quoted as saying he never would have been ready to invade Poland if it wasn't for General Motors.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Well, that was 1939.
There you go.
So that means General Motors was doing business with them pre-war.
Right, they were.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Pre-war, okay.
Oh yes, there were a lot of American companies doing business with
But they didn't know that he was a
companies do business with the world today.
But nobody knew in 1939 that the Holocaust was going on until we got photo evidence.
They did. Yes, they did. Stop it.
No, we didn't.
And actually, as a matter of fact, and this is declassified documents have proven this, Hitler contacted Churchill, the president of France, and not Eisenhower, Jesus Christ.
Roosevelt.
Okay. And actually tried to get them all shipped out of Germany. And guess what? They all refused.
So you get the Jews shipped out of Germany. Okay.
So Roosevelt and Churchill could have prevented the Holocaust from happening, but they said no.
If they had taken all those Jews, you mean?
So since everyone likes to call Trump Hitler, who would win in a fight between Trump and Hitler in a boxing match?
Trump would tear his ass up.
Think so?
Oh, well, I think that's probably kind of similar to how you said about me and Nick D. I think if Hitler took him into deep rounds, he could probably take him, but once Trump got a hold of him, it's probably over with.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Hitler was all jacked up. He was like being injected with like cocaine and meth and all kinds of shit. He probably beat the shit out of Trump.
He was a meth addict. Yeah, he was all jacked up.
Yeah,
well, it also depends. Like he was by the end of the war, his health was deteriorating rapidly.
You can see him in these parades, when the German military's marching by, and he's sitting in his seat and he's just shaking and moving. He's all jacked up.
It depends on which version are we talking about.
Which what?
It depends on what kind of are we talking about Trump today?
No.
versus-
Okay, so how old was Hitler when he died?
Well, nobody really knows.
Nobody knows. Really?
Nobody
I
really
don't
knows.
even think he died in his bear underground complex. I
Yeah,
think
but how
he
old
went
was
to
he?
Argentina.
The Russians have never let anybody examine the body, and I mean, are you taking Russia's word for it?
I don't know.
Oh,
So
yeah.
however old,
Argentina.
56. All right, so
Would I be supreme? I mean, would you be supremely surprised if it turns out the Russians didn't actually have the body and he escaped, but died some years later?
well, there's a
There's video evidence of somebody in Argentina where a lot.
yeah. I was about to say that. Well, a lot of
Nazis escaped and went to Argentina.
yeah, a lot of them did. Yeah.
And there's actual footage. If you can look on YouTube, there's a video of somebody that looks just like Hitler with a shaved off mustache.
Yeah,
and looks
look,
just
man.
like him.
You went way down a rabbit hole on these websites.
Oh, yeah,
I'm not lying. That's for real. That's actual video footage.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure.
Well, I've never seen video footage. I'm just saying I don't think the Joseph Stalin administration is the most trustworthy in world history.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was killing his own people. Yeah, he was a damn. Who do you think was? Well, you think he was worse, or you think Hitler was worse?
Well, Joseph Stalin was by far. Joseph Stalin is like Hitler's responsible for, on the high end estimates, 16 million deaths. I mean, high end estimates have got Joseph Stalin at 120 to 150 million deaths.
Neither one of them have shit on Genghis Khan.
Oh no, Genghis Khan blows them all out of the water. The closest one to Trump is what's that fuck's name? Mao Zedong?
To Trump.
Or not to Stalin, excuse me.
Mao Zedong was right up there, yeah. But as far as killing people, Stalin tops it all.
Well, yeah, Stalin went through a bunch of bullets. Like Mao starved a lot of people to death.
Putin versus Trump. Putin would beat the shit out of Trump. You kidding me?
There's also
I don't know, man. Putin's like 5'3", man. He's
I don't know.
kind of a midget.
He's a trained fighter. I mean, he does.
Is he really?
Yeah.
He's a former KGB operative. He's a former KGB operative.
Yeah. I think he's also like a black belt in jiu-jitsu.
yeah.
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 And he's in a lot better shape too. If you see him, I mean, physically. I don't know about his. I don't know about. There's rumors that he has cancer or something, but wouldn't he have died by now? They've been saying that for like 10 years.
And there's a rumor that they have a cure for cancer in Russia. That's a rumor.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, we're sitting here bitching about McDonald's. Doesn't fucking Trump have like 4 filet of fish a day?
He loves McDonald's. He does. He loves McDonald's. He admits
He loves KFC. He loves McDonald's. What else does he love? He loves KFC, McDonald's, he loves Burger King.
Yeah, I don't think he really eats it 4 times a day, or that he eats it exclusively. I mean,
Oh, not
he's
yet.
got
Get a
some
bunch of
towels.
shit
Go
years
get
ago
food.
for giving the Clemson football team a bunch of McDonald's or something.
Yeah, that was when it was a government shutdown.
Yeah, that was during the government shutdown, and he fed them all McDonald's. Yeah,
Yeah, Clinton loved McDonald's too.
double quarter pounders of cheese in that.
And you remember when Clemson won the national title and they went up to the White House, Trump fed them all the damn fast foods. Arby's, McDonald's.
I think it was mostly
everything.
McDonald's.
He had a whole huge lineup of fast food.
well, I mean, at least Clemson went to the White House.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
They gave Trump a Clemson jersey with Trump on the back of it.
I remember he was proud of that spread he made for Clemson.
Mrs.
He
Pete
loves
says.
that damn fast food, man. He loves that.
Mrs. Pete says a lot of Clemson fans at the airport.
Have you heard this? That Trump stayed up the 72 hours before the election. 72 hours of no sleep. All that running back and forth.
I highly doubt that. I'm
I
bullshit on that.
no, I don't doubt it. The man only gets 4 hours of sleep a night anyway. Before he was president,
Well, he must be jacked up on Adderall or something. Then
No 80-year-old man is staying awake for 72 hours without pharmaceutical
he's
enhancement.
78. He's 78. I don't
Close
know. He
enough.
might be doing some math. Who knows? He might have had a little Adderall. I don't know. But they said he stayed up for 72 hours.
Oh.
Now after the election,
Just add that to the list of shit I don't believe.
well, okay. You put that in that who gives a shit pile. Put that in the who gives a shit pile department.
Well, we know one thing: Biden couldn't stay up for that long.
No. Now, look, his stamina on the campaign trail was beyond reproach. I don't think anyone has campaigned as hard as Trump did over the past several years.
Yeah, he campaigned pretty hard.
He took no days. He took no day off for 70 plus days leading up to the election. No days
I'm the
off.
hardest campaigner ever.
I was about to
Nobody's
say
ever
that.
campaigned as hard as me.
Nobody's ever campaigned as hard as me.
It's beautiful. It is beautiful. I campaigned hard. I love.
Man, his son is tall. Do you see how tall? You see how tall Barron is? He's a tall motherfucker.
He's like 6'8".
Yeah, he should play basketball, but he plays soccer. I'm like, why the fuck don't you play basketball? Come on now. You're tall enough to play basketball.
Yeah, where did that tallness come from? From Barron. Yeah, he's a tall kid.
Well, I think Melania is tall too, isn't she?
Yeah, she's a tall and beautiful drink of water too.
She didn't go to the White House because of Jill, how she disrespected when they invaded Mar-a-Lago with the FBI raid, and they just raided her lingerie dresser drawer. And just
Where do you hear this shit? Where do you read that?
That's the reason why she didn't go.
Because they raided her lingerie drawer?
They raided her private stuff. Yeah, all her,
Hey,
her clothing.
I need this guy's For You feed on Twitter.
I bet you Biden's got some of her underwear and he's sniffing it every once in a while.
Does he even know what he's sniffing?
Oh my
That's a good
God.
question.
You know, I'm thinking he's actually happy that Trump won instead of Kamala, because, now I look at it, he's more happy seeing Trump than Kamala because he's like, fuck, I'd have to listen to this bitch, the one that ousted me.
I do find it funny that all of a sudden now they think Biden is completely back into it and he absolutely fucked over Kamala. That's the conspiracy theory now.
Hey, Jared, I'm going to put you in the back room for just a second because the room is full and I want to hear what Joshua has to say. So I'll bring you back on in a minute. Where is...
Get out of here.
He just dropped off. I was about to put him on. Well.
Oh, well.
Joshua. Impatient man.
But yeah, I mean, I think at the beginning Biden fucked over Kamala and the Democratic Party, if you ask me, because he didn't give him a platform to debate the what do you call it? The candidate for the Democratic Party presidential elect.
Well, she can't.
$1 billion, $1 billion.
All right, hold on, Jared.
In campaign funds, and she gave $1 million to Oprah, and Oprah took it for Harper Productions. She paid Megan Thee Stallion somewhere in the range of $5 or $6 million. Paid Beyonce for her 3-minute speech in Houston $10 million. She paid Eminem $1.5 million. I mean, so all these endorsements from these celebrities weren't really endorsements at all. They were being paid.
Well, listen, I think it's a bad move to try and get endorsements from the guest list of Diddy parties.
Joshua, you're on. You're already on, dude.
Right on.
He's on. He's typing in the chat to let him on. He's already on. You're already on. You might want to turn your microphone on though.
Yeah, you're muted, Joshua.
You hear me now?
Yes.
Bill Cosby
Ah,
at
that's
any of
better.
his pity parties?
Okay. Yeah, but that's the Jeffrey Epstein thing.
What about it?
You know who's his handler?
Was his what?
Handler.
His handler?
Is Ghislaine Maxwell.
Yeah, his wife.
No, it's not his wife. It's his handler.
What? They weren't married. Okay, his girlfriend, whatever. I don't know what.
It's a handler. Means what it means like she's the one that is in charge of the he's actually a Mossad agent that is doing a honeypot operation. Honeypot operation is when you compromise like very rich people and make them basically
right.
Do like exploit some illegal thing to exploit them to do some.
I don't even know what rabbit hole we're down anymore.
Yeah.
Neither do I think you're talking about his girlfriend, right? His girlfriend.
No,
she's
not his girlfriend.
now.
Ghislaine Maxwell's father worked for the Mossad.
Okay. Yeah, she's in prison for all of that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, she was.
There's a lot of people in this world with fucked up family members.
Yeah, she was recruiting a lot of the girls to come into the fold. Yeah, she was doing that. Absolutely.
What?
What? Huh?
I was talking to somebody else.
What language was that?
Oh, Malayalam.
Your own?
Yeah, no, it's a native language in India. Well, I'm like coaching.
So it was Indian?
Yeah, it's type of Indian language, but
okay.
But I'm from like a diaspora of Jews that lived in Kochi, but my grandmother's side is like my father's mother's side is.
So are you from India?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I was raised in North America, so.
I'm confused as a 2-year-old in a teddy bar right now. Are you Indian or not?
I am.
Okay.
But,
he's an Indian in Canada.
Than other Indian people. My mom looks like a European person, like from like Spain or something.
Yeah, he's an Indian Jew. How many Jews are there in India?
Maybe less than like 5,000 max.
Damn. And there's like 2.5 billion people in India.
Yeah.
So you're like a real minority there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not a minority. I'm a minority in a minority.
Yeah, minority of a minority.
Scholarships.
It's like a lot of things in India is like basically like
what?
Can anybody?
A lot of things in India is like it's run by like an idiot called Modi. You know, all the scammers.
India is run by scammers?
No, the leader of the country is run by some guy named Modi.
Mm-hmm.
The guy his party supports Nazism and stuff.
They support. So India supports Nazism?
No, his party supported Adolf Hitler when he was in power.
They've started calling the leading
BJP,
political party in India Nazis because he has been very adamant about not letting Muslim immigrants into India. So that's been their talking point. He's a Nazi.
Look, I lived there since I was 8, and I visited there. But this party was the most fringe party in the entire Indian government until like all the smart people left and all the dumb. What he's doing is he's giving all the uneducated people power, and then not uneducated, not educated. I mean, India has low literacy rate in a lot of places. You're giving those people power, and you're gonna give. It's not like America, like everybody's literate and stuff. It's like you're giving people that are not really book smart, some false promises, oh yeah, I'm gonna fix your farm and that type of thing. India is like an agrarian lifestyle mixed with some street, city lifestyle. So it's not like a really not evolved yet. it's like a second world country. You know, it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have a pet elephant?
No,
No.
I hate elephants. my grandpa
No,
was
they
really,
don't allow pet elephants in Canada.
He's in India though.
What about in India?
in
Well,
India.
no.
No, way. Like they like treat like gods or something. But
No,
like,
he said 2 minutes ago that he lives in North America and
No.
almost
See,
slipped
this
up
is
and
it.
said
This is the thing.
Canada.
He lives in India. He's calling from India right now. He grew up in
I'm not
North
from
America.
India, man. Like, no,
What?
I should.
Hello?
I was in India, man.
Hello?
He said 5 minutes ago that he's in Canada.
I was born there.
He's born in Canada. Where are you calling from?
Oh, you're in Canada.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was like, I have family in America too. You know, like a lot of family members there. I don't know why I came to like this.
What part of Canada do you live in?
Ontario.
Ontario. Okay.
It's not like nice.
How's the weather treating you right now?
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not great either.
Are you a hockey fan?
No. I play golf.
How the hell can you be in Canada and not be a hockey fan?
It's too much.
Because Florida's great at hockey, not Canada.
Yeah, the problem is like they indoctrinate. It's like, you know, like football. Like it's like a drug.
They indoctrinate people in Canada into hockey?
Yeah.
Or maybe people in Canada just like hockey. Do you ever think about that?
They're giving
I
Pfizer
used to like
shots up there.
hockey when I was like in the Olympics and stuff, but like I don't like watch it. Like, they have like a very toxic culture. Like in hockey, like the people that play hockey are not the most nicest people.
Toxic culture. Yeah,
Toxic culture, indoctrination.
We have to link on.
Now I have to disagree with you. I know a lot of hockey players.
Have you heard of like
Hey, I mean, I agree with his general premise that Canada's terrible and we should have invaded it yesterday.
We should. You should have invaded it like years ago, but
I disagree with his taking on the hockey players are all nasty and mean. That's
no,
not
I don't think they're nasty. It's like some of them are nasty. Like there was a case of like one guy, like a group of hockey players, and like.
Well, you have goons on each team. You have a goon, but normally the goons are the biggest teddy bears in the world.
Yeah.
Not that. Like there was a case of like a player. That there was a group of players that got arrested for raping a person.
Oh,
So
fuck.
that was recently happened.
Well, it sounds to me like you don't like Canada that much. Why don't you move to America?
I will probably in 2025 after.
Oh.
My family in America, bro. Like I have family in the military in America. I don't know why I came to this shithole. I could have gone to America anyway. Like
He said, I don't know why I came to this shithole.
yeah. Actually, I could have
I mean,
gone to
Canada
America.
is pretty terrible. I
That should
mean,
be
he's not
that should be a
wrong.
testament
Canada's
for
kinda
Canadian
terrible.
tourism. Right there, the testament of Canadian tourism. I don't know why I came to this shithole.
Josh, wherever you move to, don't move to Alabama. It's
I'm not going to Alabama. I'm probably gonna go to like Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Ugh.
Tennessee.
Wow.
Yeah.
New York City.
Go to Memphis. It'll be great.
No, not that place. I'm probably gonna go to like Nashville or something, like a little bit north of that. A little bit like outskirts. I have family in Texas and Maryland and other places. So
Texas is not a bad place.
yeah, it's pretty cheap. But I think the only problem is I don't like. It's too flat. I think.
It's too flat.
Black, you said? Is that what you just said? You was too black in Texas?
No, too
It's
flat.
Flat.
Oh, flat. Oh, you go, wow. We got a racist on
Not black.
We got a
I said
racist on
it's too
here.
flat. I said it's too flat. It's too flat.
Wow.
Okay.
I didn't realize that about Texas.
You realize there are mountains in Texas. That's not very flat.
Yeah,
Now,
but
Kansas, that's
majority
flat.
of Texas is flat. I've been there a couple times, so I
No,
want
there's
that.
hills in Texas. Yeah, lots of hills. I think Austin is the hill country.
Oh yeah, but that's only like one part of Texas. Like
West
the majority of Texas is flat, and they have like ponds and stuff to like not avoid like.
Yes, they have ponds and lakes and all that. Absolutely. They even have a coast of Texas.
I'll never live in Houston though. It's hot as balls. Like I don't want to live there.
Now, talk about shitholes. Houston's a shithole.
Yeah,
Okay,
it is.
so
Absolutely.
I wouldn't live in Houston.
I have relatives that want to move, who live there, like, why the hell are you living there? I would like move to Austin, my friend. Like, or like somewhere in like the San Antonio area. Like, that's way better than living in that shit.
Well, you picked two great cities. San Antonio and Austin are two great cities in Texas.
Yeah,
and
I know.
The only thing about Austin is 20 miles
It's
around
liberal.
about reality.
It's liberal, yeah, I know that. But
No,
I would live in like
Austin's
I
gonna
would
be
probably live in
becoming
like
a shithole.
Dripping Springs or something like that. Like, it's a pretty nice area.
I went to San Antonio last year, and I wasn't. I didn't like it that much.
San Antonio is basically a military town.
There's a lot of big old women in San Antonio out there.
I know.
Big old women in San Antonio. I didn't know that.
That's what I've heard.
In San Antonio?
I've heard it's a gold mine for Weight Watchers.
That is true, by the way. Like,
Really good women.
I don't know. It's not a very nice city.
That kind of changed recently, though.
Now, in all fairness, Charles Barkley is my source for that, but still, seems like a trustworthy individual.
No. I think the younger ones are not that fat, though. I think people in Texas are more fitter than people think. No, like it kind of changed after a couple of generations. So.
Well, I've lived in Texas before a couple of times, and I like Texas.
I like Texas too. It's just I don't know. I don't want to get flooding or something like that. I was born in a place where it floods a lot. Like Kerala is like Florida, but it's communist. Think of Florida, but it's communist. It's like the inverse Florida.
Well, if you move to Tennessee, I hear BVD's looking for a roommate.
Nah. I think I'll buy my own thing.
You don't want to live. You don't want to live in Greenville, Tennessee.
No. I don't want to live next to. I mean, well, maybe, but I'll think about it. Like BVD, I don't know. I like BVD a lot, but like, man, I want to live in like Cokeville or something like that. Like, whether there's a good church or something.
Go to
Hey,
Greenville,
guys, I'm
South
outta
Carolina.
here.
That's a great place to live.
Yeah, it's a good place. Yeah.
I'm out. I'll talk to you guys later.
All right, see you later,
Take
Scott.
care. Have a good weekend.
Yeah, you too.
Bye, Scott.
You know the Argo like movie?
What?
The Argo, the movie. One of the Ben Affleck who plays the operative, the CIA operative.
Did
It's a true story.
That's a true story of a relative that I'm related to that person in real life, though. You know what really happened in that movie is like Jimmy Carter. He was like a operative, CIA operative back then. What happened is Jimmy Carter was basically in the second term is going to put like some communist agenda there. And what happened is like the Reagan administration and the Mossad worked together. Like they were around the time the operation happened in the time of the election. So the Reagan's administration put thing so that mandate that the hostages will be only released after he won. So that's what happened. It was not a shamble. It was not a failed operation. It was just a lot of internal politics, I find.
You know what is funny that I noticed? Does anybody notice that Josh has sort of a weird mix of accents between India and Canada?
yeah.
Yeah, that's what
I've never. I'm not like trying to be mean or anything. I'm just pointing it out.
That's the truth. I know. I would probably have that because my parents never taught me to speak in English, like in the house, because in the house.
So what is your main language? You speak Indian mainly?
Malayalam, yeah. But also you could go to Israel if I wanted to, and I could join the IDF. They have relatives, the IDF. And all the Israeli military units, all the special forces, I have my relatives in them.
Special operators.
What?
Special operators.
Yeah, and the Mossad. Yeah, they took all the. My great grandmother was the only Jew that I know because there's not many Jews anywhere in India. But like, also my great grandmother committed suicide intentionally so that
I'm pretty sure all suicide's intentional, but
in Judaism, there's like a law that says if you commit unintentional suicide, you still can talk to your family.
hold on, what's unintentional suicide?
I mean, like, you do it without, like, thinking. You premeditate things.
Like die in an accident?
Yeah, accident. Like, you don't think about it, just doing it, premeditated.
Isn't all suicide premeditated?
Yeah,
I don't think so. I think
you just accidentally pick up a gun and blow your brains out. I mean, I don't.
if you're like really depressed and stuff, like people that do that.
I don't think you can accidentally kill yourself, dude. I mean, unless you overdose on drugs, but that's not suicide. That's just,
Yeah, I would say the ODs are the ones that they call the accidental thing, but Jews have like a lot of that, and Jewish people have a lot less.
I think that there is this thing called this phenomenon called the call of the void, where, like, for example, when you're like, standing on top of a high place, like how you feel like the temptation to jump, but then you're like, no, I'm not gonna jump.
Yeah, but see, if you do jump, then that's intentional.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy.
So I guess that Enron exec that shot himself in the head twice. I'm assuming that wasn't there.
He shot himself in the head twice.
Damn.
Well, you think I'm joking? That was an actual thing. It was ruled as a suicide. Dude shot himself in the head twice. I'm like, huh? Suicide? What are you talking about?
Shot himself in the back of the head twice.
I mean, because listen, people survive.
Do it again.
People survive gunshot wounds to the head, so I kind of get it. But the vast majority of people that survive a gunshot wound to the head are getting coloring books for Christmas for the rest of their life.
Yeah, they don't have the wherewithal to get a second shot off, right?
Right.
Yeah.
You doing any streams tomorrow, bud?
Huh?
You doing any streams tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm streaming the Clemson game at 12 o'clock.
Who do they play again? I didn't check.
Pitt.
Okay. They should win that.
Yeah, well, y'all should have nothing to worry about. I mean, Pitt lost to Virginia. Y'all blew out Virginia, so.
Well, I mean, that doesn't mean anything, but.
Transitive property, Pete.
Yeah.
So y'all should be good. But
Yeah, we should have been good against Louisville, too, though. How'd that work out?
yeah, y'all should have.
I mean, if we're going to go by transitive property, Clemson lost to Louisville. We beat Louisville. Clemson is trash, and we're not. But Miami's trash for losing to Georgia Tech.
There you go.
Yeah, where's Miami right now? Because they should be.
Confused.
Where's Miami right now? Because where I think they're ranked, they seem a little bit too high to be where they're ranked.
Exactly.
Not really. Actually, it's pretty consistent with how.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
That good.
Wait a minute now. Tennessee was top 10, lost to an unranked team, stayed in the top 10. Alabama was top 10, lost to an unranked team, stayed in the top 10. So why shouldn't Miami stay in the top 10?
All the games that I watched Miami play, they're very balanced.
They did after losing one game to an unranked team. Yes, they did.
I mean, Tennessee did. I thought Tennessee dropped out of the top 10 when they lost to Arkansas, but they played their way back in after they beat Alabama.
Yeah, but it's not.
Tennessee was outside the top 10 when they played Alabama. They were like number 11, I think, and Bama was 7.
Where was Miami? Where was Miami when they lost? Where are they ranked now?
They were like
they're at 9. They're at 9 now.
They dropped 5 spots.
3. Now they're 9, right?
There were 4, then it. Now they're 9.
I know.
I'd have them at least 10.
Yeah, that Miami dropped 5 places, and we dropped 9. Yeah.
Clemson dropped like 10, I think, after they lost to Louisville.
Yeah, but you also dropped after a second loss, Vic. We only have 1 loss.
Right.
I'm not even 10 or 11. Miami.
A 1-loss team will always trump the 2-loss team. It
doesn't matter. Miami controls their own destiny. So
yeah, I'm about to say, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter because we went out. We're getting a first round bye. We're going to be in the top 4.
Oh, definitely.
One thing I'll say about Miami is like their offense is very balanced, and that's what they used to never have. So
Imagine
they never had a running game and a throwing game, a passing game.
Imagine this scenario. This is not going to happen, but it is a scenario. Clemson beats Pitt. Clemson loses to South Carolina. They're then now they finished 9-3. Miami loses to Syracuse. Loses the ACC championship spot to Clemson. Clemson wins the ACC championship and gets a 4 seed as a 10-3 team.
That'd be fucking insane.
That would be insane.
That'd be insane. I would say that probability would be like 25%.
Well, yeah, I don't think it's going to happen, but
I mean, if it's going to happen, the ACC is the conference for it to happen in.
Yeah, it could happen, but it's very less likely that happens. I think Miami is maybe better coached. I don't know. Mario Cristobal, I find, is more like Dan Lanning. Never achieved anything yet, but he has the recruiting talent to.
He's got no defense.
Yeah, he has good defense. Yeah. I think Oregon and Texas will be in the finals, like the college football finals. I think Oregon will probably win or something. I don't know. Texas looks kind of shaky in a lot of places in the defense.
Paul, that's fake news. He says Clemson winning out, Miami is out of the ACC championship game. No, they're not.
Texas will struggle at quarterback because they can get to them whenever a defense can get pressure on their quarterback. Because Georgia was able to do it.
We are our third running back, right? Like all the running backs are injured, basically. Like third running back means,
And look at it this way: what's Texas's best win? Come on, think about it.
We don't have that much quality wins, I would say. Yeah.
But think about what's their best win? Come on, you gotta tell me.
Maybe Michigan.
No, Vanderbilt.
Yeah, but Vanderbilt was
their best
performance, I would say.
Vanderbilt is their best win. That's their best win.
I mean, you can start that with basically every team with the who have they played.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. But,
Michigan is not a good team this year. Vanderbilt would be their best team so far.
I don't think the offense is good, but their defense is really good.
He's right about that. Michigan's defense is definitely good.
I got a bunch of NFL players.
Look at their defensive front line, and it's like the best in the entire, probably one of the best in the entire NCAA. So, I don't understand why people crap on Michigan.
Because they're not any good.
A quarterback, and they get a quarterback.
I'm telling you, Michigan, the best win for Texas is Vanderbilt, hands down.
Yeah, I think that's right. But for Joshua to say he doesn't understand why people are hating on Michigan, it's because they're not any good.
Yeah, I think that Michigan versus Vandy in a bowl game would be a good game.
Yeah,
because that would be beat the shit out of them.
Yeah, Vanderbilt probably would beat them.
I mean, I don't know if that'd be good at all. I'd tell you it would be good is like watching Vanderbilt play Georgia Tech in the Nerd Bowl. That would be a good game.
Yeah, that'd be a good one. Yeah,
that'd be a great game.
Did y'all see that the Boston College Castanelos, he left the team permanently?
Yeah, he's in the transfer portal. He got
what's up with that, man? Got benched and gotten his little feels over it.
Yeah.
And I picked Boston College to cover too. Man, I got Boston College covering. So.
Some Florida fan on the internet said, "We don't want you," and then Uncle Lou said, "Why would he want you back?" That's funny.
Well, you know what? In all seriousness, I wouldn't want a player that quit on their team in week 11 either.
No,
I mean,
no, absolutely not.
Yes, I guess SMU is going to cover.
Probably. I don't know who's their backup. I don't even know. Apparently, Bill O'Brien thinks that the backup is a better option than him. Otherwise, he wouldn't have benched him. So.
Well. Wait, yeah.
And who's the quarterback for the what team?
They've already been submitted. Well.
For what do you mean? What we're talking about? Boston College.
Boston College. Okay.
Yeah.
Funny, he said that. Lou said. He said, "Why would he want you? Why would he want to go to you? You suck ass." That was funny. That was hilarious.
I mean, That's kind of funny because if they suck that bad, why'd they give Georgia that much trouble?
I understand if he loses his job. I understand. I mean, this is the thing, if he wants to start somewhere and he wants to enter the transfer portal, fine. But wait till the season's over to do that. Why are you doing it during the season? And they still might need you in the next few weeks.
Yeah, you're like that UNLV quarterback. Yeah.
Well, that happened like in week 2 or 3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was for
I can
another.
tell you one thing.
Apparently got fucked with NIL or something.
I can tell you one thing. Oklahoma quarterbacks and what's his face Venables is in trouble. Next year he ain't going to have a quarterback.
Who you mean, Jackson Arnold?
Jackson
He don't have
Arnold.
a quarterback now.
Well, listen, he's not going to have a quarterback next year. He's going to have to pray to get one out of the transfer portal, and he's going to have to pray to get one out of the recruitment.
Well, Jackson Arnold hasn't left yet, so
he's going to leave.
How do you know?
The quarterback's going to leave too because they're getting swapped out constantly, and they want to get full. One person wants to spot, and the other wants to spot, and they're probably thinking about leaving for good.
So's gonna leave.
I can't remember the other quarterback's name for Oklahoma. He's a running quarterback, but he'll leave.
Well, what are you going to do if neither one of them leave? And neither one of them have left.
Yeah,
I think they'll leave. I think both of them will leave.
Michael Hawkins.
Yeah, the Hawkins kid. Yeah, both of them will leave anyway because I think Brett Venables not a good coach. They should have hired that. What's the other coach from? There was another coach that they fired from the offensive line when he was started. So I don't care about Oklahoma, but I like them suffering. So
yeah, it's good that they suffer. Got rid of his offensive coordinator. Got rid of Dylan Gabriel, and they look terrible. And he thinks that defense can save him when really you need all two elements, offense and defense.
I think Brent Venables knows that. That's why he gets paid millions of dollars a year.
Yeah, and that's why he fired his offensive coordinator too, because their offense is terrible.
Well, and he didn't get rid of an offensive coordinator. His offensive coordinator took another job.
Yeah.
But he could have paid him a lot of money to stay. He could have got him to stay. He could have got his ass to stay, and he could have got Dylan Gabriel to stay. But he didn't.
Maybe. Well, no. Wait a minute. How is it he can make somebody stay now, but 2 minutes ago he can't make a quarterback stay, and they're both fixing to leave? Like, he can either make them stay or he can't. Make it make sense.
It's his fault. It's not anybody else's. I think he pushed him out.
I think Levy just wanted to get that head coaching experience and prove himself. I mean, that's my thought process on that.
Brett Venables fired a coach, I think, in his first year because he said something like it was deemed racist, but it was some petty thing, and he fired I think a defensive coordinator, Stoops or something. I don't know. Bob Stoops is one of his.
Something that was deemed racist? Well,
it was. They fired him for something stupid.
Was it deemed that way, or was it really that way?
It was not racist at all. He said something that was like it's deemed it's offensive.
Well, what did he say?
Like, I don't know. I forget what he said, but he said something about the black people, and he didn't say it in a negative way. So I don't know why he fired him for. Brett Venables is very soft.
Oklahoma coach Gail Gundy used.
Yeah, Gail Gundy. That's what I'm talking about. Gail Gundy.
That was in August of 2022.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
What did he say?
I don't know. He said something that is very not offensive at all. He's he apologized for it, and he still fired.
I believe you. I need to know what he says before I can make a judgment on whether it was warranted or not.
He dropped an N-bomb. They took it out of context because he was quoting somebody else. And
I think I remember this now. Yeah. I remember that.
Kind of like they tried to do with Joe Rogan. They just completely take out of context what somebody says.
Yeah, but you got to know better than that.
Yeah.
I think Brett Venables is soft as snowflakes. So.
You notice how it's weird how Venables, when he starts losing in a game, he starts smiling and shit
Yeah.
and laughing.
Yeah.
You notice that? Have y'all noticed that?
I've noticed that too. Like he's not like a very good coach. I think he still needs to get more refined. He should have gone to like Kansas State or not Oklahoma first job. I liked him as a coordinator, but he should not have gone to the biggest school immediately, I think.
It's a coping mechanism. Yeah.
That's right, Wake.
Well, it doesn't look good as a coach. You're smiling and laughing when you're fucking down multiple points.
That's what Beck was doing. Yeah.
I've heard every excuse in the world about how it's just being taken out of context with Georgia players. So I'm going to assume y'all are just taking Brett Venables out of context, too.
I don't take it out of context. I think Beck should have not fucking laughed on the field like an idiot. And for his mom to go on social media and tweet that it was just something out of context, it doesn't look good on the field.
Yeah, I don't blame a kid's mom for coming to his defense.
Well, it's like Uncle Lou said. You can come to your boy's defense, but if he does that shit again and starts laughing, it's on him. It's people are going to go after him. People are going to constantly do that.
That's fine.
You know what? Was that Carson? What's the Georgia QB's name? I forget his name.
Beck.
Carson Beck. You know what he looks like? Timmy. Like people say he looks like Timmy from South Park.
I was saying that he looks like Sid the Sloth from.
Yeah.
He looks like Beavis and Butthead. One of those two guys from Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah. A lot of people say he looks like Timmy. Like I don't know. Yeah, I don't see the.
Maybe that's why he keeps throwing all his interceptions. Their eyes are all fucked up. He can't see straight.
He may be handicapped with interceptions.
I told you before the season started, Pete. We sent the damn Cavender twin down there to throw him off his game.
Hey,
it's working exactly.
4D chess, baby.
Y'all motherfuckers out here playing checkers. Fucking Mario Cristobal playing 4D chess.
You can't play defense. What are you talking about? It's fun to watch y'all play, but when y'all play defense, it's horrendous. But it's fun to watch y'all stay in the hunt.
What are you talking about? We have a great run defense.
No.
Yeah, Georgia Tech
because everybody's passing it all over you. That's why you have a great run defense.
271 yards on that good run defense.
Okay, what's your point?
The point is that maybe you don't have.
Does one game make you a bad run defense? I don't think so.
Yeah, maybe y'all just haven't played any good running team.
Oh, here we go with who have you played?
Well, I mean, who has Miami played?
Louisville's a good running. Louisville's a good running team.
Louisville's a top 12. At the time Clemson played them, top 12 offense in the country.
Yeah.
Probably ranked higher than that.
Now they did put up a lot of points on you. So
I want to see.
Sure.
I want to see Miami make the playoffs. I want to see Miami make the playoffs just so they can play somebody like Alabama, Tennessee, Oregon. I want to see them play somebody complete so they can get dominated.
Who has Tennessee played? Since you want to say complete,
well, Alabama.
They played one top 60 offense, but their defense is great. Get out of here. All this shit can go right back in the other direction too.
It can, yeah.
Yeah, I think that Miami and Tennessee would be a good game. I think Tennessee does have a good defense. Obviously, Miami has an elite offense, so and vice versa. Tennessee's offense isn't worth a shit.
Right, exactly. No. Tennessee's. Didn't you just hear him? Tennessee's a complete team.
No.
All they got still in Sampson, but other than that,
they can run the ball.
They just can't pass.
But
they can run the ball.
That's kind of important to pass.
That would be a good game, I think. Tennessee and Miami.
Oh, I tend to agree. Strength on strength.
I think Clemson and Miami would be a good game too. Unfortunately, we're probably not going to get to see it.
Yeah. Well, we've got it, like 4 out of the last 5 years or something like that? 3 out of the last 4?
3 of the last 4. 4 out of the last 5. I don't know.
Yeah. We'll just see how good Miami does in the playoffs. I don't think it'll be too good just because the defense isn't strong enough. They're not balanced. They're not a balanced team.
The playoffs for Georgia starts this weekend, doesn't it, Jared?
All right. Well, I need to.
Name me a single team in the top 15 that Miami would be a double-digit underdog to.
All right. Yeah, I need to.
Oregon.
Thank you for letting me.
Yeah, see you later, Vic. I'm about to shut it down, too. Repeat is bugging the shit out of me right now. He needs my attention.
Have a good afternoon.
Yeah, you too. See you later, Joshua. Have fun in Canada, I guess. All right, Jarrett, thanks. All right. So, Slim, you coming over to watch the fight with me tonight or what? Get in the car now. You can make it here in time.
I was supposed to pick up the kids, but I guess I might have to miss out on that.
All right. All right, buddy.
All right, man.
Talk to you soon. Colby, why are you coming on here now?
I just wanted you to tell me bye.
Bye, Colby.
All right, man. Love you too.
All right. See you later, buddy. All right, everybody. That's going to do it for me as well. Tomorrow at 12 o'clock, or probably a little bit before 12 o'clock, I'll go live on my main channel to watch the noon games and Clemson versus Pitt. So I look forward to seeing you all there. Have a great rest of your Friday. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.